I'm good. I'm ready.
What's up, everybody, and thank you for joining us on this episode of All in the Delivery, episode 41. And guys, listen, if you haven't yet, please go to deliveringgreatness.com, check out all the merch, check out all the goods we got there, and don't forget to use promo code POD15, POD15, and get 15% off your total purchase. And guys, with that out of the way, all right, let me introduce to you my co-host, and y'all know him down in West by God, Virginia.
Fuck.
Luke, how's it going, buddy?
No, not too bad, man. It this is the first week that we've got some real heat, and I'm telling you, I it's kicked my ass today, and it's probably gonna kick my ass tomorrow. But I mean, we're going, but it's that first initial getting acclimated. Fuck, man, I'm hurting.
Yeah, that was me yesterday. Yesterday, I was just like shot. When I got home, I was like sleepy as fuck, But anyways, just to get something out of the way here for you guys, just so everybody knows, there will not be an episode Memorial Day week. There will not be an episode Memorial Day week. We have off, everybody knows, for Memorial Day, which is Monday the 31st. There will not be an episode that week. We will be spending our weekend with friends and family. And so we will be back the following week. And we will be finally releasing my dad's episode. We will finally be releasing that episode to you guys the following week.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why we decided to skip, because Monday being a holiday, that we're not working, and not sure like with everybody listens when because I know for me personally, I always listen to it. I listen to it Monday morning. I mean, that's the way I've always done it. So Dave's dad's episode is I've said numerous times to him and to everybody that's a part of the team here that might be one of my favorite, if not my favorite episode that we recorded. And I actually said to Dave, I said, I think part of that is because I shut the fuck up, because I told him I wasn't going to, with his dad. Obviously, his dad was worked for the company 30 years, was on the road. He didn't live under a rock. He wouldn't have, but I didn't want to, I wasn't going to be, I told Dave, I was like, I'm not going to be going too much into the fuckery story. So yeah, I'm going to back off. But yeah, it's a really good episode, and it's our first retiree, and it's Dave's dad, and we've been sitting on it for a few months, and yeah, so you guys will enjoy that one. That's a good one.
Most definitely. And we got actually two very special guests joining us in a little while for you guys. We sat down with Chelsae and Dusty. You guys, I know you guys have seen her on Instagram. She goes by the Instagram handle as Mindfully Me. It's like her, and shout out to Katie Justice, Diary of a UPS Wife, right? So like when people hear like, the wives of the company drivers, they basically, the wives of the company drivers on social media, on Instagram, you guys think of Katie and you guys think of Chelsae. Chelsae goes by the name, like I said, Mindfully Me. So we were able to sit down with her and her husband, who is a 24-year driver with the company, Dusty. So we got that interview coming up a little later for you guys.
And
so we're looking forward to it.
It's a good one.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a good one.
Oh yeah. Dude, you know what would probably be like really awesome, all right? Imagine if Chelsae and Katie started a podcast.
I mean, it would be. I think as far as opposite ends of the spectrum, as far as I mean, the class, they would be good together. I think,
Yeah,
but yeah, I guess the mind, maybe how things are worded would be a tad different, but
sure.
but yeah, it would be I think it would be fucking
I
good.
mean, like both of them have got great followings of all the wives and drivers. Like, why not? I think that's a good opportunity for them to. I mean, it would give the wives, it would give the spouses something to listen to when their spouse is away at work.
They've, thrown it in the universe. Maybe it'll catch.
Maybe
Maybe
it'll
it'll
catch.
catch.
Maybe it'll catch. We'll see. But, anyways, I mean, I'd be down for that. Hey, let us know if you'd be down for that. All right. Hit us up on the socials, guys, and let us know. Maybe we can make that happen. We will see. But in the meantime, guys, listen, we got a few topics to talk about. So guess what? This one is called Get in the Big Picture. I love it when I do that and I see Luke smile.
I hadn't heard it in a little bit because we
I-
hadn't. This is the first guest episode we've had in a few weeks. So
Yes, it's true.
yeah, dude, it
True.
I hadn't heard the riff in a while.
You want to hear it one more time?
No, we're good. We'll do
Okay.
it. I know what it is.
I had
I've
this
heard
much pressure on the button. I was like, I don't want to hit it again. No, so there's this new saying going around, okay? And so there's different depending on when you were born, you got a little, age group name, right? So for instance, there's the baby boomers, okay? The baby boomers were born 1946 to 1964, okay? Then you got the Gen X, the Generation X, they were born from 1965 to 1976. All right? And then you got the wonderful millennials. Okay, the millennials were born 1977 to 1995. All right, and then you got the Gen Zs from 90 whatever part 95 96 to 2010.
Oh,
But there's a new one. There's a new one that came into play recently. And these guys just happened to be born in the years of 1980 to 1985. And I'm a little pissed off I'm not included in this one, I must say.
I don't know why.
But all of a sudden, there's a new name now, and it's called the Geriatric Millennials.
So what the fuck happened to the 77 to 1980 people? Did they just go back to Gen X? Because this is fucking bullshit.
Yo, true story. What happened to those guys? What happened to that?
I grew up thinking I was in Gen X. I didn't even realize I was a millennial till like a fucking year ago. And then now I'm a geriatric
here's the
millennial.
problem. Here's the problem, okay? Is the millennials have such a bad name. Like they give they're just given such a bad rap.
Yeah, because they
if
think
you
they're
will.
Gen Z. No offense, Gen Z, but that's why.
Right. And it's like for me, I was born in 87, so I'm considered a millennial. But when people hear millennials, when people think about millennials, there was like a survey. When people think about millennials, they think about lazy.
What the fuck do they think when they think geriatric?
They think about lazy, and just a whole other stuff. And I'm like, that's not me, obviously, because I'm 33 years old, married, got a great job with great benefits and a pension, and I got 2 kids. I own my own house with a fucking in-ground pool. It's like I'm doing much better than a millennial, or what people consider a millennial. So when people came up with geriatric millennials, they're like, that's better than millennials, because geriatric means obviously you're a little bit older. You're older, right?
Fucking stupid.
I know.
It's the stupidest fucking thing. It's the dumbest thing you could fucking say. You're
And it's
saying, oh
like-
wait, you're still millennial. You're just in the fucking. I don't like my
But
fucking 99-year-old grandmother can call me a geriatric now.
But I would much rather be included in the geriatric millennials because I just don't want to be a part of that. Or what
Well,
people think about the
I mean, I
millennials.
think this whole, like I said, I thought I was Gen X till like 2019, dude. So this whole thing's fucking bullshit, and I'm still like, it's weird because I don't. I mean, I know I'm getting older because I've woke up before and it literally hurts to sleep. I know that it's fucking happening. I know, but still, dude, like I cannot stand that I don't know what the fuck it is. Maybe it's because I don't know if it's maybe because I don't maybe it's because I don't have kids of my own. I don't know. But do you still so you have two boys? I don't do you feel 33? Do you wake up and see like, man, I'm kind of sore today. Fuck, I'm 33.
Yeah.
And okay, so that maybe it's not the kid thing. I don't know, man, but I just
It could be
fucking
my dog being on my bed with me, and I'm just like, fuck, I gotta move and stretch out and shit.
I just
I
don't
don't
I
know.
don't know what it is, but I definitely like I slept okay with the dog. I slept on
It's
my side and my knees touch. I never sleep on my side, dude. My left knee hurts so fucking bad the next day. I thought I was gonna have to call off work. That's
it's like,
geriatric. That's geriatric millennial shit right
and
there.
it's like, like we've
Fuck.
and like, it's like we have one of those sleep number beds, where like you can adjust the fucking like, how soft you want it, you know what I mean and shit. So it's like I should be sleeping like I should be sleeping like an angel. But like I still wake up and I'm like, "Oh god."
Well, it makes me feel see, this is the thing where this is be like it's a weird because you like I feel like you're at the very, very fucking tail end. Like I'm talking the tail end. Like you're taking one more step and you're falling off because you're about to enter your mid 30s. And like you're like literally the last year you're early 30s. So in my opinion, because
Fuck.
I 34, 35, 36 is what I consider mid, then 37, 38, 39s later
Mhm.
because I'm on the road but like it makes me feel stupid because I know that that's not like this is the thing. Like I know I feel dumb because we've had this conversation. I said Joe and Amy look younger than I do. I mean, age wise, number wise, they're older than me, but I think they look younger than me. And I just want to see like people in that, like the Gen X people have to be cracking up because they would look at, I guess, motherfuckers calling himself a geriatric now. And I'm a younger, but that's what I mean. Like, what the fuck? Why would you say geriatric millennial? I used to say elder millennial as
I
a
don't
joke. And I just think that's like the shittiest, but shout out to there was a she how Audrey Wells. She's a listener of the podcast. She actually said something about that, mentioned something like with pregnancy, like after pregnancies, women that are 30 plus 35, they call it geriatric pregnancies. And I was like, what a motherfucking I was like, why the fuck? That's just, I think, like, I'm not saying to cancel geriatric. I'm not saying for you to fucking cancel it, but I'm like, dude, they use it in like the worst fucking ways. And
yeah.
this is bullshit. I'm fucking, dude, I had a lot of people pissed off. There's a lot of 40 to fucking, there's a lot of 40 to 35-year-olds I got messages from that were just like, this is for 41, I guess technically it was 1980. So 41 to 35-year-olds or 36-year-olds, they're just fucking pissed.
Yeah.
I
I don't
mean,
know. That's something.
yeah, I mean, whatever. I mean, it's just going to be you'll have something for yourself here soon. They'll end up breaking it up again. People
Hopefully.
people are never fucking satisfied. So yeah, there'll be another one for the 86 to fucking 91 crowd.
Yeah. Or yeah.
You'll be like the intermediate millennials at some point. Give it 6
Intermediate.
months.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Well, I got one. Speaking of somebody that is, he is not a millennial
Geriatric.
nor a geriatric millennial, but our president our president, who is, and honestly, I think the president is older than a baby boomer, because I think the baby boomer era didn't happen until after World War II was over. So World War II, Biden was born in 1942, brother. So Biden might be older than a boomer.
He is older than a boomer. Boomer was 46.
Yeah, there you go, dude. So what the fuck? What the fuck is Biden, and what's his?
Biden is a traditionalist silent generation.
I was hoping it'd be a geriatric boomer. That'd be fucking great. But anyway, back to and really we can give him credit for getting the big picture, because part of the reason we started doing this was shout out to Alex Lane, because when he asked us for a question for us, his question was, how's everything going over there? Alex lives in the UK, because he said after the election it just went radio silent over there, and
what's going on in America?
That's literally what
that was the worst accent ever. But that was fucking funny though.
That was when Biden. That's when he tripped up the steps going to Air Force One. But when we had talked about it, a couple weeks later, we were like thinking, we could find these little points and stuff. And obviously, we've had some bad ones, like DMX passing away and just shit like that. But I like it's been a good segment, and I enjoy doing it. But I trailed off back to our president with what he's a silent. What the fuck was he again? A traditional silent generation.
Traditionalists / silent generation.
What year did that start at? I want
28.
So what is 1921? That's the year my grandmother's born.
That's the greatest generation.
I fucking believe it. Absolutely. Shout out to my grandmother, still alive in the greatest generation, kicking it, going strong. But anyway, so the president made an unscheduled visit to a Ford factory, or a facility, where he was test driving a new Ford truck. And I don't know if it was an electric thing or what it was, but he was test driving it, and he was quoted saying, "This sucker's fast." And they're showing the video. Dave, I don't know if you saw it yet or not.
I haven't seen it.
This is just an open course, but he is fucking flying. He's flying. And Robin Mead, I listen. Ashley, she loves Robin Mead, Morning Express with Robin Mead, HLN. Every morning it's on fucking HLN. Robin Mead's, even, you can see her in a can. She's like, literally has a look on her face going, is there any Social Security in the cab? And I'm sitting there drinking my coffee going, wow, why are you asking that, Robin? Why don't you just say what we're all thinking, man? Holy shit, that fucking truck's going kind of fast, Joe. I bet that could have been a fucking national security threat right there, because that motherfucker could have crashed into the wall.
And for the record, it is Ford's new electric truck.
Ford's new electric truck, yeah, dude. And he was fucking flying. And I'm not getting in. When we bring him up, I'm not actually going to ever get into anything political. It's just the funny shit that everybody, and I'm telling you, people were concerned. I'm telling you, everybody that watched it on the news, no matter if they voted for him or not, was like, dude, he's going way too fast. They got to get that.
Secret Service is right in the passenger seat with him.
Oh, they probably had it. They probably had a driver's ed break on the passenger side. Or you didn't go to, you were home. You didn't have driver's ed, did you?
No, but I know what you're talking about. Okay. It's got the steering wheel on the side.
Yeah,
too.
dude. I bet
it's take the wheel.
Yeah, dude, I bet the Secret Service has the driver's ed.
It's probably not even him driving. He probably did it for a fucking promo shoot or something.
I didn't even think of that. That's so true.
Dude, he took off.
Yeah, did you see?
He fucking floored it. Yeah, I just watched it.
Fucking flying, dude.
But there's a dude in a suit sitting right in the passenger seat.
I didn't see that. Well, that ruined it for me a little bit, because I literally thought, I was like, that could have been it. That could have been the end of the term right there. If he
all it took was one little jerk of the wheel, and that guy's flipping it.
Because of how fast he was going, I was like,
damn, he looked like he was going pretty quick.
Yeah.
He looked like he was going pretty quick. But thinking about somebody that can go pretty quick.
I love the way you just led into that. That's smooth. Yeah.
Someone's about to be going outside real soon. No. So you guys will I mean, you won't hear, but if you're watching it on the YouTube, you will see that I get up in the middle of our interview with Chelsae and Dusty. And the reason why, just to give you guys a heads up, is because I got a text from my wife saying the cat pissed on the bed. And, you know, our cat's like 10 years old now, all this stuff. But yeah, so, you know, she dealing with a 3-month-old, and now the cat pissed on the bed. I kind of had an emergency to tend to during that interview. And Luke finds the shit hilarious. Go ahead, Luke.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really like. I wasn't trying to laugh at his misery or anything, but I just knew I was like, man, he's got to be up there. I was like, he's flipping shit up there because I was thinking how bad cat piss stinks. So if he has to go up, so he'll send me a message on there. Like, so I was just cheesing. Like, I don't know if you would be able to tell if you'd watch it on the YouTube, but I'm fucking like trying. Like, I'm almost exploding a couple times. So finally, I just had to message Nate because I didn't want to message everybody because Chelsae and Dusty were telling a story. So I didn't want them to stop telling the story. So I just messaged Nate and I was like, Dave's cat pissed all over his bed. He just said, oh no, that cat probably just took his last piss. And then I found the humor of Dave like fucking strangling this cat to death way too funny. But I don't know why, but I mean, it was shit happens sometimes, man. I mean, what can we say? Like I said, I think Chelsae and Dusty, they understand.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. That's but no. So come to find out, so the wife took her to, because we recorded that. Listen, we recorded this interview this past Saturday, and so my wife took the cat to the vet on Monday, and we're recording tonight right now. This little part on a Wednesday. That's too many days. Anyways, so what happened? Anyways, needless to say, after getting the test results back from the cat, my cat's diabetic,
Fucking diabetic cats.
which means we gotta inject her with some fucking insulin like twice a day, and then she's gonna be on some dietary food, some dietary prescribed food, and I just the fucking dollar signs are just rolling in the back of my head, and I'm just like, oh my god, it's gonna cost so much fucking money for this cat. And then, you know, she's like, David, when we got the cat, you signed up for a lifetime. I'm like, I didn't sign up to have a diabetic cat, though. I signed up to have a fucking normal cat.
Well, dude,
not a cat that has arthritis and then she's also diabetic.
Like, fucking cat, Dave gets the cat with arthritis and diabetes, but I mean, I told you my fucking stray cat, Walter White,
fucking legend.
The legend, yeah, but we had to get him special food because he has some type of allergy that gets allergic reaction. He gets fucking scabs on his head. It's like his head straight explodes, and I'm like, I can't. Of all fucking stray cats that wandered into our lives, we had fucking find one. But that's what they always want to do, allergy tests. I'm like, he still goes outside a lot. Like, he's out all night. I don't know what the fuck he gets into.
Yeah, so like it sucked because first we found out she had arthritis like months ago. So then we had to put her on some weight loss food because she's a little fat. And so we had to put her on some weight loss food, and she's lost like 3 pounds, which is good. But now she's diabetic.
Man, what the fuck? What the fuck? That's a fucking thing right there.
I don't know. Like, she's just gonna be fucking. I don't know. Anyways,
she's rolling.
Yeah. Hopefully she'll be rolling soon.
Well, I meant rolling in the living way. Fucking don't lump me in that grim fucking category.
All right. Are you ready to get in to Chelsae and Dusty here? You ready to get into that interview?
I'm good, and I'm ready.
All right. Oh, wait, but first, also, guys, if you haven't yet, go follow us on TikTok. All right? We got videos rolling out. People are loving the videos. People are blowing up the TikTok right now for whatever reason. I don't know why the algorithms work like this, but our videos are doing pretty damn well, and a lot of people seem to be enjoying it. So go have fun over there with those guys because that's a whole nother world. And we're going to start rolling out some more goodies on there. So, guys, here is Chelsae and Dusty's interview. Enjoy this one because it is a fucking blast. Here we go. This episode is brought to you by our Patreon subscribers. That's right, you guys. With our patrons in our corner, we can reach our goals and continue delivering greatness. We would like to thank Tony, Jerica, Fernando, Andrew, Nate, Max, Clement, Sam, and Ryan for your continued support. And guys, if you want to see what all the buzz is about, head to patreon.com/AITDpod. That's Patreon, patreon.com/AITDPOD to sign up today. So our guest today is from Lancaster, Ohio. Did I say it right? I get it? Cool. Awesome. Guys, Dusty has been with the company for 23 years now and has been married to Chelsae for almost 10. And they have 2 beautiful kids. Chelsae is killing it on her Instagram as Mindfully Me. I'm sure you guys have heard of her. And is, at home holding down the fort while her husband is out slinging cardboard. Guys, please welcome to the show, Dusty and Chelsae. Guys, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Thank you for coming on.
God, I'm fucking jacked for this one because I have been looking forward to this since. I don't know when it was. I think I might follow you, Dusty, anyway, because the bald bearded bastard. I feel like I get stuck
old bald bearded bastard.
Old bald bearded bastard. So I'm pretty sure that I followed you, but I didn't actually hear till Chelsae had posted it, like one of those ask me a question box things. And I forget what the fucking question was, but you gave some perverted but hilarious answer, and I was like, "Oh, these people are fucking awesome." I was like, "They remind me of my wife and me. We gotta get them on."
So it was probably when we were in Indianapolis that we did that.
I think it was. Maybe I don't know. It might have been a trip
listen, I'll straight up say it. Okay, his response was, "I like it when she goes down there."
Oh yeah, yep.
Yeah. And Luke was just like, "We got to get these guys on the podcast."
Yeah. I was like, "This fucking."
what is something she does the best, or what was it? What do you do the best, or whatever? Yeah.
It's a good thing I don't get embarrassed.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
It'd have been better if we would have done that after I was drinking. That would have been even more entertaining.
That's what I think makes the makes the account stuff so much fun sometimes, because some people hold back things they'll say and some don't, and it's whatever. People can do however they want to do it, but it is, I think it I don't know. I guess I don't want to say, I wouldn't say it's not really, I wouldn't say a bias. It's just more of an appreciation because it's exactly how I am. So when I hear somebody else say something, I'm like, "Oh, look, there they are."
There is no filter here. None.
So
even when I'm working, there's no filter.
Well, that's the thing. There's not. Yeah, the as far as the company goes, it's almost impossible to have a filter because it's just too easy to get. It can, you can get mad over. It's easy to get that. It's easy to get that line crossed, I guess I'd say.
It's easy to let it just bother you like so bad. And I mean, we all have those freak out moments.
Everybody, my right back, I don't hardly ever get out of the truck.
Yeah.
So everybody comes out. There's some people that are all right, some that aren't. I came back from vacation in April, and one road chief come up to me and goes, "Hey, I'm just going to warn you, there's somebody driving businesses without masks." Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did we lose him?
I think it just happened. It didn't happen for like an hour.
Oh, there it is. There they went. There they are.
Oh,
they're back. Are they back?
And now you're back all sideways again.
Okay, hang on. Let me see if I can fix it.
All right.
Oh, that wasn't bad.
There we go.
There we go.
But yeah, they told
So-
me, there's somebody driving around Logan watching you guys go into businesses without masks. I'm like, what does he look like? Well, we don't know. He's just following people. I'm like, I'm going to warn you now. If I encounter him, just know you're going to have a complaint called in.
Yeah.
Because I don't wear one. I wear one for random stops that have the rule to wear it. But other than that, I don't wear one.
Sure.
I'm by myself all day. I don't even wear one.
And we're mostly
But our
inside.
manager's like the
Yeah.
stickler for it. So we don't wear them when she's not there. And when she's there, we still don't wear them. We just pull them up. And then when she walks away, we pull them back down.
Well, this is the thing. A quick mass story at my building, because at this point, and I don't really, I've gotten used to it. Like, I don't like it, but I feel like, and I fucking hate that, because here in West Virginia, the mandate here is getting lifted at June 20th.
We got June 2nd here. June 2nd here.
Nice.
I'm getting, I haven't publicly. I didn't fucking post anything on the internet about it, but I'm getting my second shot next Friday. So as far as my governor would say, fucking following guidelines. I mean, I'm not doing any more though. I told my aunt, because of my grandmother who I was telling you about, because she's back. I was like, I'll do this because I don't get a flu shot. I don't get shit like that. I mean, I've got the other vaccine, the vaccinations you get when you're a kid for, the measles, polio, all that shit. But I've never gotten a flu shot. I've never done it. I was like, I'll do this, but if it's going to be a reoccurring thing, I'm not going to get it anymore.
Yeah.
And it was kind of a compromise, because she was pissed that I would say that, because she's like, this isn't the flu, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to fucking, I've partied so hard that I can't justify.
People are just so passionate, either one way or the other. Like it's
like
ridiculous.
I can't justify by saying like I don't know what's in it because it's a rush vaccine, because of the lifestyle. Because I shouldn't be alive right now, and it's not because of any fucking vaccine. I can tell you that. So that's why I said I'll do this thing and be done. But yeah, I've never actually said anything on anything. It's a podcast. In case anybody be curious. Yeah,
Yep.
And if you don't have it, I don't care either. But if you get it, that's fine too. I don't.
Yep.
I feel like this is just going to be another thing.
Let people do what they want.
Exactly.
It's going to become a thing, but it's going to leave. If it's going to make masks stay in place in places like the airport and Walmarts and shit, probably, and that it's going to get lifted at some point, because they're just going to give up.
Yeah.
I mean, there's people putting fucking gasoline in plastic fucking bags right now. And you know what? So it's just, at some point the towel's going to get thrown in.
And we're supposed to travel next week.
I think it's just weeding out the weed is all that's doing.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, if you're passing through West Virginia, you should be fine, because
I downloaded what is it called?
Gas
Gas Buddy, where you can type in like cities and it'll tell you. So I've been watching that, because I'm just paranoid about being stuck on the side of the road with 2 kids and no gas.
Yeah.
I can say, at least through our state, you should be good.
So when did you say you guys are leaving? Next week?
Next Saturday, a week from today.
Oh, nice. So you'll be on vacation then, Dusty?
Yep.
Nice. Awesome.
The only time I'm happy to be at work is when I'm not there.
Exactly.
How many years do you have in?
23. I would have been 24 in July, but the wonderful strike of 1997 put a stop to that.
Mm.
I got a call saying, "Hey, we got a spot. I'll let you know in a couple of days." Guy called me back. He's like, "Hey, I got good news. I got bad news. We got a spot. It's yours if you want it, but they're going on strike in 2 days." And he was cool. I mean, he was really cool. He said, "You can take the spot. The problem is, if you take it, you're not in a union, so they can force you to work during the strike," which then coming back from the strike, I might not get accepted by everybody.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'll just wait.
Right.
I'll wait.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that was.
I got March 19th, 1998 was my start date. March 20th, 2017 was my dog bite. So I got back-to-back anniversary days. I get to celebrate 2 days in a row.
So 2023. So how many vacation weeks do you have then?
I got 6 right now.
Nice. So how many will you top out at?
2 more years, I'll have another one, and that's it. Well, I'll have 7.
So 7. That's, I think Misty's been the most I've heard yet with anybody. Misty at her center she has 8. She's over 25. I know she's over 25 years. So she's got 8 weeks, I think. That was what she said.
Wow.
Something like that.
Yeah. Like we get 6. Well, I think we top out at 6 here. But yeah, that's always a question I found interesting because it does
and
vary.
I know like the lunches are different too, because we only get like a half-hour lunch here and 2 10-minute breaks. And I think you guys get an hour?
We get an hour and a 10-minute break, so we get 70 minutes total. And most people, that's a thing too. Like they'll have it. Basically, it's almost like clockwork, and that would be a thing. Not really. I wouldn't want to say like it's the union that says something about it, because it's really in the management side don't give a shit if you don't take your break. So it'll always have. I swear to God, it's like clockwork every time that you just like it's gonna. There comes that time of the year where I don't know if it's the same with you, Dave, or with you, Dusty, at your centers, where they crack down on taking your break, taking your lunch. And then it goes for maybe like
a week.
Yeah, a week.
Well, it's like the flavor of the week.
It's the flavor of the week.
Lunches, then it's backing.
It's incredible. It's incredible that happens at every building. It's like, all right, guys, this week we're going to focus on cradle utilization. Or next week we're going to focus on, following
it's
Orion.
The flavor of the week.
Yeah. This week's going to be backing.
About every day.
Right.
I don't care. I'm 23 years. I don't give a fuck about your backing bullshit.
Well, that's
I don't back. I'm fat. I'm lazy. I'm not walking.
Well, it's dumb anyway, because if even like, so in a lot of places where I'm at, it's 1-lane roads, and I'll come out of a driveway. And, it's something I've turned around in the driveway, but I'll come out and then I'll go like 20 feet and there's another car coming. They don't have nowhere to go, and they're probably not going to back up. So I got to back up, and I'm like, well, there's a fucking back first. And what did I used to call it, Dave? I haven't said it in so long. Exemption.
Yeah.
You got to say exemption or exception.
I think it's exempt.
See, Dave, there it is.
Those kind of mean the same thing.
Jesus Christ.
I'm telling you. It's a regional thing.
Yeah,
dude, I'm telling you.
That's weird.
Same way with Justin. Justin's in Ohio. It's a regional thing. I'm telling you, dude.
But yeah, the supervisor come up to me one day, and it was last summer. He goes, "Hey, I have to have that conversation with you again. You were on the backing report for backing distance and number of backs. You were number 1 in the district." I'm like, really?
That's impressive.
Fucking awesome.
That's impressive.
And he goes, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "That's awesome." He goes, "No, that's not." He goes, "We have to have this talk." And he's like, "We have to have this talk now." I'm like, and I looked at him and I said, "Man, I want to tell you something. I am looking out for my fellow brothers and sisters within our district, because if I don't do that, somebody else is getting that conversation, and I don't want that to happen."
And he's not lying either.
It would break my heart to have somebody else have to go through this scrutiny of you telling me this.
You're such a fucking idiot.
And he looked at me and he started laughing, because he was a former driver. He became a on-road suit. So he was the coolest on-road we've had in a while. And he just looked at me and laughed. He's like, "Touche, motherfucker."
I'll tell you what I love about it, just as like outside looking in, because you're backing up like that. And I'm looking at it like, that's pretty impressive. You're backing all that distance. You're not getting in any accidents.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I mean, one day it was like 15,000 feet. And he's like, dude, you backed 3 miles. I'm like, I know. I got long driveways. I ain't walking.
Damn.
I'm fucking fat, man. I can't walk this shit. And I
mean,
plus, if I go back there and there's a dog, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
I'm protecting myself from the dog.
I mean, I got a lot of long driveways too, and I think the most I back is like a little over 2 miles, I would say. But 3 miles,
I don't know if I would even back 2 miles, they would shit their pants probably. But I don't know. It's weird though, even with all the telematics and everything else, and I'm not trying to incriminate myself, but God, I mean, I about slid into a river twice this Christmas, and they have no idea about it.
I've seen your pictures, but I was like, ooh.
Yeah, that one of those that I took. One thing I didn't realize, because I knew that whole road was flat, and what the thing that fucking screwed me was the one spot I was going to turn. There was like I don't know I can't remember if it was just a car or somebody that got stuck or was done, and I couldn't use that. So every driveway, because all those houses are all elevated because it's right on the water. So all those driveways are all elevated. So when I went to drive up it, I could do it fine with the chains on. And then when I went to turn the wheels, like I'd cut him as hard as I could, and I'd let off the brake, and I'd just slide straight back. I was like, oh, I'm so stupid. Why the fuck did I do this? Why did I do this? But I ended up getting out of it. But yeah, that was. I won't do that again. That picture, that's a one and done, because it doesn't matter on ice. Like that was because that's just frozen. When it's on the water like that, yeah, that was stupid. I won't fucking see. You won't see that Insta story next year.
Yeah. And then the same supervisor, like a few weeks later, I show up on the report all the time. I don't care. And he texts me. He forgot to come to me and tell me. And he texts me. He's like, dude, you were on that report again. And I'm like, awesome. I can use it. I found a meme, and you guys have seen Office Space, haven't you?
Oh, dude, I love that movie. Love it.
When Peter goes in to talk to the consultants, so it's the consultants on the top, Peter's on the bottom, and it says, can you tell us why you show up on all of our reports? And Peter's sitting there with his smile and his hat on. The thing is, Bob, it's not that I'm lazy. It's that I just don't care. And I don't. He texts me back, you're an asshole, and I love you.
You said the only word you're not supposed to say.
Hell. I'm sorry, hell.
Don't worry. It'll just be a rooster sound. You're good. It's all good.
I don't like roosters. They're loud.
Yeah, I don't know how that became. However, that became it. I don't remember, but yeah, that was a good one. But it's hard. It's fucking hard not to. But that's like the other thing, because you don't really. There's been people like there was some. I don't like. They weren't employees. They were just guys that made like a video, like a music video or some a rap video or something recently, and
something like that. Yeah.
And the company lawyered up, shut them down or something. What did they do? They took it down. So yeah, we it's funny just to keep it, but it's become like a thing, because I don't even know if they would.
It's become a thing.
I don't know if they would if we could legally get in trouble for it, but yeah, it's become just like a thing we've done, so we've just stuck with it.
It's become a joke to where people are like, "Yes, I got my rooster sound because I said it," and they're like, "Yes," and I'm just like, "Whatever, buddy, if you want it, No, but hey, listen. So I don't know which one of you guys want to take the reins on this one, but tell us, how did you guys meet?
I knew this would come up. Okay, so I had there was this guy I dated all through high school, and so on the weekends we would go to races for dirt bikes and stuff. And after we graduated, he got a job at the company and became friends with this one because he also raced. Well, shit went south with that relationship, and I chased after this one.
Oh.
So they still work together. Are you guys on good terms? Like, there's
We talk all the time.
there's no salty feelings.
He's run my route and got to experience things on my route. And we'll get into those. We'll get into that.
I mean,
Jim of the Hocking Hill.
That story involves a nudist.
oh,
that's fucking
hold on, a
Jim
male or
of Hocking
female
Hill.
nudist?
Male.
Oh, I got one of those too.
Like,
He's like
old.
60, 65 years old.
yeah.
And I told the story before at the one time, and you can tell yours if you want next after this. But mine, I'll tell you guys, they don't use the front door. Okay, so they got the sign on the front door, please bring packages around back. And there's a little gate, a fence, and you open up the gate, you go into the backyard, and sure as shit, there's this old man, butt ass naked, in his lawn chair reading his Kindle. All right. And and I met this guy earlier previously, like over the winter time, and he could talk. Like, this guy's a talker.
Oh,
and
Lord.
when I see this, I'm just like, oh, for the love of God, please do not fucking talk to me. Please do not fucking talk. I do not want to be standing here with this guy junk just hanging out, blowing in the wind, and just talking to me, And like, luckily I was like, hey, buddy, just got one for you. Gonna leave it right here. Have a good day. Bye. And just pieced it.
Yeah, you got to tell them about yours. The first time you ever delivered there.
So I've had this route for 6 years now. I've known it for 17. I've run it as an air driver when they needed emergency shit. But right when I first started driving, I had to cover it. And I called the driver to ask him a question because I couldn't figure out where the stop was. It was a shared driveway. Nothing was fucking marked. I didn't know where it was. So I called him. He's like, tell me where it was, and asked me what my day was. I'm like, well, I finished up on 93. My last stop is this on 93 North in Gore. He's like, he starts laughing. And I'm like, what's the fucking funny? He goes, oh, nothing. Somebody just told me a joke. And he hung up. I'm like, well, whatever. So then I run into the FedEx guy like 20 minutes later, and I'm shooting shit with him because I'm almost done, and I have pickups that start at 4, and I'm just. And I tell him the same thing. I go, my last stop is this, and he starts laughing. I'm like, what the fuck is so goddamn funny about this? So I pull in. It's up on a hillside. There's trees. You can see the house from the road, but you can't see the sky.
Yeah.
I pull up, I back in, and I'm in the back of the truck digging for shit, and I hear footsteps come up to the truck, and I come out, and he's standing right there at the door. Baseball hat, tennis shoes, and socks. That's it.
No way.
I'm like, what the fuck? He's like, you haven't been here before, have you? I'm like, nope.
No. Nice to meet you.
Damn. Well, come to find out, the driver, I'm only the third driver that's had this route. The driver that originally had it never told anybody that covered it. The guy that got it after he retired never told anybody. So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to keep that tradition up. I never told anybody.
They don't warn them. He never warns them.
I want them to have the surprise of their life.
That's incredible.
And he ran my route one day. I was on vacation. I come back from vacation. He goes, you motherfucker. I'm like, what? You motherfucker. Why didn't you tell me? I'm like, tell you what? He goes, Gore. And I started laughing because as soon as he said Gore, I'm like, I know it. I'm like, you met Blue, didn't you? He goes, yeah, motherfucker, come out butt ass naked. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, I've been delivering there for the last couple of years, and he's come out clothed for me. I'm like, he must really like you. I'm like, I never see him.
At least he had shoes on.
I'm like, I'm like, legit, that's a first. I've never seen that. He's always come out clothed.
Some people's butts are cleaner than their feet.
But yeah, he had a stroke a couple years ago. I've been delivering medical stuff, but I haven't been delivering anything for him lately. So I don't know. I think he might have passed away. But yeah, that was always the running joke on my route. I never told anybody.
That's great.
They got surprised.
That's awesome.
Oh,
man jump,
warning in
flapping in the breeze.
no warning in the diad. Nothing.
No,
Nothing.
just a gate
Imagine
code. That was it.
No
Just a gate
notes.
code.
That's
Just a gate code so they could get up to the house. That's all it was.
Just to make sure they could get in.
Oh yeah.
God, I
Come
love
on
Make sure
in.
they could get in.
it. I fucking love it.
That's great. So, married for almost 10 years, you said, right?
Yep.
So that's awesome.
We haven't killed each other yet.
That's
Thought about it. Thought about it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, it. I feel like it. I feel like if you haven't thought about killing your spouse at least a few times in your marriage,
Jesus,
are you
easy,
really
Luke.
being honest? I'm just kidding. No,
We've had a conversation about, like, if you were going to murder me, how would you do it?
My wife does that to me all the time.
Yeah.
no,
She watches
How
too
would
many
you
of
do it?
those
No,
like fucking.
No.
Well, yeah, Ashley. No, she would. Yeah, that wouldn't rattle her because she would.
A wood chipper.
Oh,
That's Dave Bond's favorite. Fall down the 5 steps into a wood chipper at the bottom.
No, I would kill you with a wood
Like,
chipper.
we have a preloader.
It's like Joe Dirt. Joe Dirt
He will
got that
yell
heavy.
random. He will yell random shit like, "Let's go to Allendale, grease the stairways, and pull the fire alarms, and sit down at the bottom with baseball bats."
What the hell?
Like, all right. Like, our preload is legit, just comedy relief. I go in there and just harass the fuck out of them as much as I can, especially the one, because once he gets fired up, it's all on them.
Oh
fun.
no.
Oh yeah, I get him fired up every day.
Oh, that's the best. That's the best. And then next thing you know, just all hell ensues, and you're like, ha.
See,
Oh, yeah.
I haven't seen any preload craziness in a long time. It's pretty lame in my place now. It used to happen. I saw it plenty.
Oh, our preload. Oh my god. our
There
preload.
was two females who were loading opposite of the belt of each other, and I came in one day, and all I heard was, "I can't work next to this fucking bitch anymore." All this stuff, they're just going off, and like all this shit. So they literally had to put them on opposite ends of the belt now, and just like it was just, I was like, "Yo, buddy, grab the popcorn." The driver next to me was like, "Come on, buddy, let's go. Let's sit back and watch this one go." Exactly.
Yeah, like the other day, they were feeding the flow down the belt so tough on him.
Oh,
I
no.
mean, it was just flying off both sides. He shuts the belt off and just stands up and says, "Christopher Freed would never stand for this." We all started like, "Oh my god!" Like,
Oh my goodness.
oh, he went there. That was, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's it makes me laugh thinking now, looking back, because I preloaded for a long time. And it makes me think like the shit that used to make me mad. God, like now, like I know drivers now that when they were preloaders, just roundhouse kickboxes in the trucks, and I'm like, they can't really write up anybody. God, I hardly. A load has to be bad for me to write it up as not acceptable because
Oh, that's
I
this guy.
sympathize.
That's this guy. If there's
Does he
an
do it
open
on
hole, it
purpose?
goes there.
Does he do it on purpose?
No, it's because he's an idiot and don't know how to load. He's been doing it for 20 years, 20 years, I think, 18 years, 20 years.
He just hadn't peaked yet.
Yeah. He hasn't blossomed yet.
He needs another 5. He just needs 5 more years.
Yeah. I mean, they even color coded his trucks because he misloaded like no other.
No
When
way.
he was on vacation, our misload frequency would like drop drastically. He comes back, boom, it goes right back up. They literally had pink, orange, green, yellow, purple, color coded routes that he would, and they had the paper on it so he would see the color. And yeah, he still misload.
Well, how big? Like, how many drivers are at your center? How big's your center?
It's small.
It's not very big. We've got, I don't know how many drivers we got.
In the 30s.
Oh no shit!
Almost 30 maybe.
Oh, that's small.
But back in the day, we only had like normal circumstances, maybe 17 routes, 18 on a heavy day. But right now we're running about 20, anywhere from 22 to 25 routes a day.
Yeah, that's small.
How many do you run, Dave? How many do you guys?
We got like 70.
Jeez.
70, 75
that's
around there
about
now.
see, that's about where we're at, but I think we're not at 70. I think we're around like 65, but we're getting the 22.4s
Yeah.
next month. June we had the bid sheet out, so we had 12. There's 12 22.4 positions coming, so we will.
Same here. And when I think we're getting a few more, and then they're hiring a few more drivers too. So we're gonna have like close to 100 people. I think they said by the summer.
Holy cow.
Damn,
We're
that's a
supposed to
jump.
get 7.
Yeah.
We're supposed to
Insane.
get 7 in August because we're
the
supposed to start
22.4s?
Saturday delivery in August, and
Yeah.
they can't even get full-time regular drivers out to qualify right now. I don't know how the hell they're going to get 7 22.4s out because they asked me for a day off.
It's
Dude.
literally gonna be Luke and I've talked about this. It's literally gonna be just like having PVDs. They are not gonna fucking train them. There's no way.
No.
No way.
Yeah.
Especially with the technology they have now with the map nav and that good stuff. Like
None of our shit
stuff.
works.
But that stuff, like they're just gonna be like, here's the board, plug it in, and go.
I love Orion so much. It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world not to follow.
Well, I mean, it's just one of those things that it's like for everybody, for every driver, especially for everybody in the company driver, that it's like it baffles me that so much money can be blown on something so shitty. And it keeps like my cradle doesn't work at all. So like I've got Orion 3.0 and my battery just is almost dead every night. Like it's died because that thing will update on the fly and I'll have like 10%, but yeah, it's a pain in the ass.
I love it when I'm right next door to the next stop. Hey, let's update. We'll run that stop last, even though you're right beside it. Let's run that last because that reduces miles.
Dude, it's so ridiculous. Like, especially because now it updates on the fly. So like, isn't that I've said this before. Like, isn't that technically running just regular, ed? Because it's like because
it would be like automatic trace though.
Right. Well, kind of. It's weird because like if I start running the route the way I want to run it, it's gonna update to where it starts to make sense the way I am currently doing it, not the way Orion wants me to do it, and it'll reorganize the entire manifest so that then it's like, oh, okay, you're over here. Let's put these other stops in this section for you next, and I'm like, yes, that's the way I want to run the route. And it's like, is that really following trace still? Because I haven't heard anything about trace in the longest time now since that's got released. So I don't think trace is even a thing anymore. It's literally like they just spent millions of dollars on this program and we can still run the routes how we want it and it's still going to adjust the way we want it to.
It makes zero sense.
We still win in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, because now, that's I had to let my dog down here because he was upstairs whining to come down. So little Bubby's down here now, but he, that blows my because I know because we were talking about that. Like whatever they have on the computer now isn't going to fucking matter because it's going to update anyway. So
the update it doesn't change in the computer from when you left. It's still the original setup. So you're going to be over your miles if it updates. Because I've been over mine. I'm like, but I write my miles down. I ain't writing an excuse down anymore.
But like,
that's a big jug of water you got there.
That might be vodka.
Might be moonshine.
I was working today. I was running around doing a bunch of shit outside, and it was hot here, and I was wearing this black shirt like an idiot. Yeah, I'm just hydrated.
I wear black all the time because it's the color of my soul.
I like it.
I like it.
Come on, buddy.
So this one, so we can get like a little serious here for a quick second. And this one's for you, Chelsae. So give us like some of the things, obviously, for instance, like Katie and what she mentions about the husband always being away and at work and all that, stuff. Tell us, as a, first couple we've had on together here, the struggles during peak.
Well, I would say the first 5 years before we had our kids, it didn't bother me because I worked 12-hour shifts. By the time he got off, I was getting off. So it didn't bother us.
Sure.
But then that first year that we had our daughter, it was miserable. I hated the company. I hated everything about it. I felt like he was missing, her first Christmas Eve, and I was doing everything by myself. Added another one in. And that first peak, though, that was a terrible, terrible peak. Would you agree?
Yeah.
You were at like 9:30, 10 o'clock every night. It was awful. Now the struggle is like my kids they tell their friends, my daddy's Santa Claus. And their friends think it's the coolest thing, but it's not just peak though anymore. Now that our daughter's playing T-ball, he misses those games, and it's just, you miss a lot as a driver.
You do.
True.
You do.
Now I told you you saw on Instagram that he made it to her game the other night. You should have seen her face light up when he got there because I told her he wasn't coming.
That's what I actually made that. I told Dave that on the phone like the next day. I said, I told him, I was like, I was like, that's a good question right there because you sent me that and showed me. So that was a question for you, Dusty, because I know it's an amazing feeling because that's got to be, because I know it doesn't happen. And that's the thing. Like, people don't understand how big of a deal that was because that's rare. You know what I mean? And your daughter knows that, and it's fine because and like as a kid, they understand, it might be tough, but they understand. But the fact that they weren't expecting you and then she sees you, that just, yeah.
I've learned to just say he's not coming. That way they're not disappointed when he's not there, but it's even more special when he can be there because you've missed dance recitals, soccer games.
Yeah.
But, I don't know. That's what always, and you guys as a family, you know this with everything because like with timing, it sucks during the fucking weekdays.
Yes.
So any as far as sports go, or any like if you have. Like, I don't know if they have cousins or you have family somewhere. If they have some family outing, that's on like a Thursday, but it's like it's at like 5:30 p.m. And you're like, well, all right, I'm not making
I'm
that.
like, hey, you want to go out to dinner on Thursday night? No, sorry. I did like a reel on Instagram. I was like, facts and questions for a wife, and it was like, where's your husband? Working. What time will he be off? I'm like, when he gets done, I don't know. They don't understand that there's no like start and finish time, that they don't get home at a set time.
Right. It's no 9 to 5.
Yeah, definitely not.
No pun intended. No pun intended.
Unless you were a
good one,
specific
buddy.
person at one time.
Yeah.
I won't go into that one. Although I could, that was.
Or that. Yes, I understand.
What? We saying some people do get in at 5
Yeah, kiss
p.m.
asses, yeah.
I'm trying to think anybody. We had a guy take out a roof of a church, and I always said,
with a truck?
Yeah, he like went under the awning of it, and he got caught, so he panicked and he slammed on the gas and just ripped it completely off. And I used to tell people, I completely made this up, but that was like part of the area I delivered in. This kid was just a Saturday air driver. This was on a Saturday. He wasn't even supposed to be there, I don't think, but he said he just I guess from witness, like had he just went in reverse, it wouldn't have been that bad. But like, because when he went underneath, he didn't make it that, like it wasn't that far under, but he just freaked and just kept going and just ripped the whole fucking thing off. So I used to just lie to people and say that the minister was Pastor was having a fundraiser for a leaky roof. And I said, he now he doesn't have to worry
Oh my goodness.
about an offering. This company's going to pay for it.
I'm glad that didn't happen to me, because they wouldn't know. If they asked me what happened, Jesus took the wheel. I had no control. Jesus took the wheel.
Oh,
And that guy didn't get fired, but he ended up quitting. He's not around anymore, but he didn't actually get fired. And I think that ended up costing, it was funny because they ended up replacing the entire roof. So it was expensive. It was an expensive accident. Oh God. But
oh, that's funny.
yeah, I was trying to think. That's probably my best one I can think of. I don't think I've told that one before. That's the thing. I have to start. My memory's good, but damn, I have to start remembering what I've said, because if people have been listening from the beginning, maybe they've forgotten to with me, because I'm sure I've had to have retold a couple.
I'm almost all caught up. I think I listened to 36 today.
So, yeah.
Whatever the great debate one was, I listened to that one today.
Is that the latest one
That's the latest
right now it is. Yeah.
Right now.
As we're recording.
Then,
yeah,
yep.
So you're caught up. You're caught up then.
What would Jesus order?
Yeah, you haven't heard that one yet. What do you think Jesus would order? Now we're gonna have to ask this question. You have to ask this question on every one now.
This literally, it's
Jesus
hard not
order?
to ask it. That was shout out to Jerica. What a great fucking
Could it be the same thing that guy at Carpenter's bought the day I got my lunch?
Pickles and condoms?
Yeah. My usual lunch spot. I walked in and I got my lunch, and I'm standing in line, and there's a guy in front of me. I wasn't paying attention to what the hell he had. It sets it on the counter. And the girl rings it up, and I happen to look down, and I'm like, the fuck? All right, that's kind of an odd combination. It was a cucumber and a box of condoms. I'm like,
What?
What the fuck am I seeing?
They don't even know what to say. They're speechless.
I walked out of the truck and I call her. I'm like, I just witnessed possibly the greatest thing in my life, and I don't know what to say about it. And she's like, what? I'm like, I just witnessed a grown man buy a cucumber and a box of condoms. That's it. That's all I bought.
Oh, man.
It just makes you wonder.
What the fuck?
But I don't think Jesus would.
I don't think Jesus would get a cucumber and condoms.
No, Jesus wouldn't buy that.
Jesus wouldn't buy condoms, though, would he? Because
no.
Dave, I don't want to bury us anymore. We butchered that. You butchered it. Blood in the wine.
Yeah, I was listening to that. I was cracking up today.
Probably a fifth of vodka.
No, Jesus liked wine.
No, yeah, wine.
Boxed wine.
Boone's Farm. You buy a bottle of Boone, you have a order of Boone's Farm, top shelf in the dollar store.
Oh my gosh.
I know, right? This could be a question we're gonna have to ask every one of our guests now.
Yep.
Hey, what would Jesus order? What? Oh my goodness. But anyway, so what other stories do you guys have? You guys gotta have something.
I know which one I know which one I do want to ask, but I almost want to say, and that you know which one that's going to be, because I'm curious, but I don't know if there's one before that, but I may as well if there's any.
Yeah, go for it.
If there's any particular order, Dave, I don't know if would shoot.
No, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
The dog bite story. I just want to.
Yeah.
I gotta. I've been nipped so many times and bit. Like I've made a joke that if I get bit one more time, I want to get a patch on my sleeve, like a Circle of Honor driver.
I
haven't gotten bit.
Tattoo because the scar kind of looks like a butthole. Have it like a butthole and a monkey sticking his finger in it.
It does look like a butthole.
But she won't let me. I mean, now is a good time because the tattoo policy's up to date. I could have it and wear shorts with a monkey on my putting a finger in a butthole.
Coming from the person who has 0 tattoos, married to a woman who has a lot.
But yeah, I mean, that was just a normal day. I was actually going to get done. I only had 7 stops left after I left there, and I knocked on the door. I was walking back. I was about halfway across the sidewalk, and I heard the door open. And their door was kind of a pain in the ass to open, anyways. So I'm like, that's just a door. And I got about a step or two away from the end of the sidewalk, and I heard the toenails scraping. And I thought, oh, fuck. That's a big dog. And I turned around, and I was too far away from the truck. There's no way in hell I'm running to it.
Yeah.
And here come this white blur toward me. I couldn't even tell what it was. And it come around me, and it fucking got my leg, and I started eating the shit out of it. I'm either breaking this dog's skull or I'm breaking the dyad. I don't care. And it finally let go. I jumped up in the truck. They got the dog and put it in the house. And I'm sitting up there. I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And I felt nothing. I'm like, okay, I'm fine. And they come up, are you okay? You okay? I'm like, yeah, I think I'm all right. And I was like, why is my pant leg sticking to my leg? And I pulled my pants up, and I'm like, oh, shit, that's not good. And they were like, oh, my God. I'm like, I got to call this in. I grabbed my phone, no service. I went in the house, called, and the manager, the OMS in the office answered, and she could tell something was wrong with the way I was talking. She's like, are you okay? I'm like, I got bit by a dog. I'm like, it's not good. She's like, all right. So she puts the manager on, and he's like, what happened? I'm like, I got bit by a dog. How many stops you have left?
Oh, of
7.
course.
Can you finish that?
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, I have a hole in my leg. What do you mean? I'm like, I am missing a chunk of flesh from my leg. And he didn't believe me. He's like, well, can you finish that and then go to the hospital? I'm like, no.
Oh, this
There's no
isn't
way.
even the good part, though.
So-
oh my God.
I jump in the car, they take me to the hospital, and he calls me as we're going down the exit ramp on the 33. Hey, I need you to do something for me. I'm like, what? Are you on your way to the hospital? I'm like, yeah. Okay. I'm on my way. I need you. He goes, and I'm directing you to do this. I need you to tell the doctor if I'm not there, he is to write you back to full duty tomorrow. No restrictions. And I'm like,
Yeah, fuck you then, buddy.
I'm like,
Jesus.
you cocksucker. Oh,
No way.
whatever you say. Okay.
It's still not over. It gets better.
So I hang up on him. I text her. I'm like, hey.
No. Hey, don't freak out. That was the text I got. And I'm like,
Oh, okay.
Mind you, I'm 5 months pregnant. And he's like, I got bit by a dog. I'm like, how bad? It's okay. You don't have to come. I'm like, tell me which freaking hospital and I'll be there. So I hightail it down there, and I'll be honest, I thought he was being a pussy about it. I thought I was going to get down there and it'd be this little tiny scratch, and I was all pissy.
Kind of like Step Brothers with the bunk beds, that kind of scratch.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't a scratch.
So the doctor comes
It was a
in.
big scratch.
The doctor comes in and lifts it up, and I was like, oh, because you could see the fat just spilling out. And they took him back for an x-ray. And here's the kicker. On the x-ray, you could see the dog's teeth marks where it had scraped across the bone.
Oh.
Yeah. So I go out into the lobby because I was fat and pregnant and I wanted a snack. And the manager's out there. And he's like, where's he at? I need to see him. And I was like, no, you don't. You don't have any right to be back in there. Well, I need to see him. I need to tell the doctor that he has to work tomorrow. And I was like, not happening. And while we're out there, the doctor comes out to like update me. And he was like, tell me what happened. And he was told the doctor, he's like, he needs to be able to work tomorrow. And he goes, yeah, you're a fucking idiot.
No
The
way.
doctor really said that? Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh.
God.
Yeah.
Fucking nice.
So after that, he gets discharged. And so the next day I take all the paperwork in and.
Well, no, this was when I had the second ER visit.
Oh, well, okay, fast forward, it got infected. And because dogs' mouths are disgusting. And so I go in to take the paperwork into the manager because he was like deathly ill from this infection. And so I walk in the office, like we told you, it's a small building. Everybody knows everybody's wives. So we don't have like the security or metal detectors or anything like that. So I just walked right on into the office and I was like, here, this is his paperwork. He's going to be off for this long, blah, blah, blah. And he was like holding the papers. All I have right here is my laptop. But he was like holding the papers, shaking. He was so angry. And he's like, so when can he be back? And I was like, not for at least 6 weeks. Why can't he come back tomorrow? And I was like, listen here, idiot. If you would stop your goddamn shaking, you would be able to read the paper. And he starts yelling at me and I'm yelling at him. Like we are screaming back and forth in this tiny office. And the drivers are like peeking in the door because it was in the morning, like before they took off for the day. They're like peeking in the door, like, hey, you got, I'm like, I fucking got this. I'm good in here. So now they have a new building manager. And his mom passed away at the end of last year. And so I took in the obituary and stuff. And I walked in and I'm like, hi, I'm Chelsae, Dusty's wife. And they go, oh. And I was like, what's that supposed to mean? They're like, oh, we heard about you and the previous manager. And just know we don't want any trouble.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so apparently I left an impression.
Chelsea's like,
Nice.
yep.
Well, that's
Yep,
kind of
right.
awesome because really, it's like you can say whatever you want because like, what are they going to do to you? What are they going to do?
Yeah.
Fire you? Like, fuck
Yeah.
yeah.
I
Like,
think
you can say
I
whatever
asked
the
him that
fuck you
too.
want to. That's
I'm like,
true.
what are you going to fucking do? Fire me? Kick me out of here? I don't want to be in this shithole anyway.
Yeah, if you were pregnant too, that would look even better if they're trying to throw out a pregnant
yeah.
woman
Oh, yeah.
somewhere. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That'd be
I
the
was passed
publicity that they would love to have. Yeah, while you're
Oh,
laying
yeah.
on your fucking deathbed and your wife, they're throwing your pregnant wife out. Defending.
cracks
Oh
me
yeah,
up.
that'd be.
Because all the drivers like peek in the door like, hey, you good? I'm like, I fucking got this. Let me be.
Yeah, I was passed out in the car, and a couple of them come out and saw me, and they walked up like, dude, you look like hell. I'm like, I feel like fuck. And they were talking to me, and I saw him walk out, and he like paced back and forth, just looking at me.
He was a pacer
And
and
then
a
went
shaker.
back to his office.
Shaker.
I'm like we literally, there were PCMs, and that's a good one. They put up a sign-up sheet for Christmas Day one year. And we're like, what the fuck is this bullshit? He's like, I put a sign-up sheet for Christmas Day just in case we do run something. And we're all like, fuck, you ain't coming in here.
But wait, he's since been demoted twice.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh,
So
Yeah.
one driver in the building signed it. And then somebody else signed it. Another driver signed it, but he didn't sign his name. He signed Santa Claus. The next day, he's got that paper in his hand. And he goes through his PCM, and then he goes into this tantrum, and he's shaking that paper. He's like, this is a legal document! I have to turn this in!
Oh.
And we're fucking laughing. Like, we legit were waiting on him to stroke out because that's how he was going. We thought, I'm like, dude, I looked at another driver, like, dude, he's gonna fucking stroke out.
Could they make you work on Christmas Day like that?
Yeah.
I think so. Because isn't it listed as a holiday in the contract?
Yeah. I don't think they can.
That's what I thought. I didn't think they could actually do it.
But
I'm a weirdo. I have read the entire contract. The book, I've read it all.
I'm bad with it. I don't know. They just sort of, right now, I'm going to end up jinxing myself, but I kind of got it made right now where I'm at. I just kind of govern myself out there for the moment.
You better knock on some wood.
yeah.
They're going to fucking come for me, and they've came. I've knocked, but I don't know. Like right now, it's just, we got some people. We got some interchanging of power, so to speak. Different people are coming in. People are going out. I don't know what the fuck's going on, but yeah, I'm just out there with my cows and my fucking dogs and shit.
That's where he is. His route, like, I know from like noon to 4. Nobody better die. Nobody better need to go to the emergency room because he has no service for like those 4 hours.
Yeah, a lot of the places. Yeah, Dave's actually way worse than me. My place is, I'm not that bad in the area I'm in because most of my stuff is like in town, but I have a lot of stuff that like as far as like Instagram goes, a lot of the stuff I post on Instagram really isn't like live, like on the spot, because I don't have like if I have
Yeah.
service, it's like barely anything. So I'll just
Yep.
put something on my camera, wait till I find some Wi-Fi later. So it's never normally live. It's never
Yeah.
instant. It's never instant on Instagram.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Chelsea, what made you want to start up the page the way that you did on Instagram?
Well, I have a private account that just kind of turned into a photo dump of our children. But there was no like rhyme or reason to it. But being crap.
Nah, you're
Gotta
good.
use
You're good.
the being a wife of this company,
Yeah.
it can get lonely. And I knew that I couldn't be the only lonely one out there. And not just with this company. There's a lot of other professions that make another spouse, not just wives, but husbands too, that makes them feel lonely. And I learned very quickly that the only way that you can survive this lifestyle is with humor. Because if you're not laughing, most of the time you're going to start crying. So that's just kind of what it's kind of a mismatch of mom stuff and this company wife stuff, and just got to stick together.
That's awesome.
And I've obviously made some great friends too.
Of course.
I'll tell you that that's one thing that makes it a lot of fun, is finding more people, like especially how we started doing this. Yeah, because there's people from literally all over, not just here, but all over the world that actually, it's weird because the job itself is global, and you know, it's like shout out to old UBM Brad Mosier. He said it best. He said that, you know, like what we do, it's like the military of the corporate world, because like all different backgrounds, you know, all different walks of life, it's so everybody.
But you all have each other's backs.
Yeah, everybody kind of knows the struggle.
Family.
Yeah, it's the thing. It's a weird. It's not weird. It's just it's cool how it happens now, and I guess it's just the day and age. I feel like it would have been like, I don't know. It's just I used to think that it was just here and it was just me. I was like, man, it just sucks here. I bet everywhere else it's awesome. Then I get on Instagram,
but it is nice to find people though that it's like you don't get it unless you live it.
Yep.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. It's true.
But it's still like, I don't know. I've said it before, you know, I've always joked that I got a bachelor's degree in, I forget what exactly it was, bachelor's of something in science. It was a criminal justice degree, but I originally was going to be an accountant. And I laugh my fucking ass off because I think of myself as being a CPA. Like, there's no way. I have no inside voice.
That.
Yeah, like, did you see me being a fucking accountant? Yeah, I couldn't. Like, I love this. Like, this, it's not like.
Could you see him being a furniture salesman?
No, I couldn't.
Because that would have been his other career choice. His dad owned a furniture store.
Well, I mean, you probably you strike me just as you're shooting from the hip. You're shooting straight to him. So you might have been good at it. I don't know, but it's just like, I like what I'm just saying. As far as the job, I couldn't see myself doing anything else at this point. And
no, and even though this job is what it is, you can't make this kind of money without a college degree anywhere else.
I was just literally talking, this was earlier in the week, because that's what I was saying. I've been very, very adamant, literally since we had Misty on, our very first guest, because her daughters I think they're juniors now, or maybe seniors, I don't know, but they're getting close to college age, and that came up. And I've always said that if you're going to school, you got to do something that is something you can actually use, and something you can, because like what I did, I didn't have a plan. Like I said, I originally wanted to be an accountant. Did criminal justice basically because I didn't need a lot of math credits. I wasn't that good with math. I got it. I just whatever. I
An
wasn't gonna do it.
accountant, but it's not good at math.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm good with numbers, but I'm bad at
So
math. It's
calculated
weird.
before.
It's weird. But but I was saying to Dave and Nate because I got lucky because I didn't graduate with any debt. I lived at home until my last
That's
semester.
great.
I was working at you. Oh, I stopped myself.
Oh,
Damn.
you found about it too.
I was working for the company. I had 3 semesters left in school. So my last semester I moved out and after then, that's when I actually took the job more serious though. So I needed that because when I first did it, I was still living at home. I was still in college. All my friends, I was done playing football, but all my friends were still there. Everybody was doing the same thing. I was 22. I was still going. Like the fact that I didn't get fired I was bad. That first year was really so. Once I moved out, I actually kind of once I had to, I had. I think the only bill I had was a cell phone bill. I paid my own cell phone bill and I paid my car insurance. That was it. That was the only bills I had till I moved out, and then once I realized that I was like, oh, I kind of got to take shit serious, but I was a knucklehead for a while. I didn't drive. I preloaded for a long time, but I wouldn't have been able to drive until 4 years into preloading, but I ended up driving after 5 years. But I'd met my wife and we were dating. And it's different. If I hadn't met her, I probably wouldn't have. I would like to think now at 36, going on 37, I would be wouldn't be doing what I was doing because I was moving appliance. This is what's make you two laugh. I'm fucking. Well, Dave's got to attend. I'll tell you this. I didn't want to drive. I didn't want to do it. So what I'm fucking doing is I'm preloading. And I'm moving appliances. I'm delivering appliances for Sears. So every day I'm delivering fucking freezers, refrigerators, washers, dryers, all this shit for I'm making a little bit of money. Not doing because I'm like, oh, I don't want to drive. I don't want to work all these hours and beat it was making no fucking sense what I was doing.
Trying to talk yourself out of it.
Yeah. And then literally once I met my wife and we dated and we were, once we were serious and I was like, yeah, it's like I had to make a choice and I'm glad we, I didn't know she has to work on Saturdays. So I didn't know she's an early riser, early as fuck. So I didn't think I didn't think unless we started right at 8 if I'd be able to get her down here because she's probably in bed. But
I'm usually a grandma. I like to be in bed early only because my children wake up at the ass crack of dawn every day. Every day.
Well, so I gotta ask too, because I know it's another story. May as well ask because he would have asked anyway if he was down here. What's the story with you almost shitting your pants?
Oh no, not almost.
Oh, you shit your pants.
Oh,
yeah. Yes.
Oh.
So, like a week or so before this, she went to a friend's house to drop something off. And their daughter was sick. And she was up running around, just normal as hell, but she was sick. She was pregnant with our daughter, and she comes out a few days later. She's like down. Like I walk in the bathroom, and she was passed out on the floor by the toilet. She was puking and shitting her brains out. I'm like, what the fuck? Well, we tracked her back. We're like, you probably got that from Jaylee. I'm like, probably because you're pregnant, you got it worse. Not thinking anything of it. Like 4 or 5 days later, I wake up. My stomach's kind of upset. I'm like, gosh, I'm just hungry, whatever. So I left. I go to work. And I get to Rocky Boots to deliver my bulk stop. And I'm in the back of the truck unloading. And I'm like, I'm going to barf. Fuck. I hurry up and unload the rest of it. I pull out and I pull in the parking lot. I just upchuck. I'm like, oh, man. I felt better after. I'm like, all right, whatever. 3 stops later, I do it again. This time, out the top and the bottom at the same time, like liquid urinating shit out of my ass. I'm like, oh my god!
But like repeatedly.
And this is right when I just took the route. Like I just took the route in February, and this was March.
It gets better though.
So I call manager, same manager from the dog fight. I'm like, man, hey, he's like, what's up? I'm like, I'm sick. I've been puking nonstop. I cannot go anymore. Take your lunch and call me back and tell me how you feel. See if you feel any better.
Dude,
Okay.
this fucking manager.
He's an idiot.
Yeah. I hang up, took my lunch, like he said. I worked as directed for lunch.
Okay.
Call back. Hey, I actually feel worse than I did the first time I called you.
Take your breaks.
I've still been puking. Hey, take your 2 10-minute breaks and see how you feel after that. Okay. Not my problem.
So he sat there for 50 minutes.
And did nothing. I actually sat there for another 10 minutes before I called him back. I was like, hey, still puking. I feel even worse than the first time. Like, you need to come and get me. Oh, let me see what I can do. So I'm going up Front Street and I'm getting to one of my bulk stops, and he calls me. He's like, hey, we're on Front Street. Where are you at? I'm getting ready to pull in the gate rail. All right. So I back up to the dock and I see him pull in. I jump in the back of the truck. I grab something, throw it in my diet pouch. I deliver. I go up and I get him to sign. I come back. I get in his truck. I text her. I said, hey, come and get me. I can't drive. I'm sick. So we get back to the building. I go upstairs and I puke more.
And shit more.
And she texts me, hey, I'm here. Where are you at? I'm like, I'll be down in a few minutes. So like 5 minutes later, I come back down. I throw my cooler in the back of the car, shut the door, I open the front door. I grab a DR bag out of my pouch and I shake it out and I lay it down on the seat. She's like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, I shit my pants, like repeatedly. Really bad. So I'm protecting your seat. And she's like, well, how do you know what side you sat on? I didn't. This is the first time I sat on it.
He sat in the manager's truck with shit in his pants.
Oh.
And she's like, why? I'm like, because fuck that motherfucker. You got what he deserved.
The best part is 2 weeks later,
an hour.
2 weeks later, this manager got a brand new truck because he couldn't figure out where the stench was coming from.
And it was shit just saturated into the seats.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Cloth
my
seats, too.
God.
Yeah.
Cloth seats, too.
Yeah.
Like,
I've always said, and there's somebody there, because there was somebody that told me a long time ago, there will be a time where you're going to shit yourself or you're going to shit outside or in your truck. And I've said it before. I've had to I've done it outside. I've never shit. I've never
If
shit my
somebody
pants.
says they haven't shit their pants, they're fucking lying.
I'm telling you, there's a guy, Ernie, wherever he listens all the time, and he's going to be on because I've told him, I was like, dude, there's people that are skeptical, and I am too, but I'm a believer. I'm just like a believer because I think he says he's never, and he's got a route. So I know you're listening, Ernie. So I'm going to go ahead and just call you out here. So he sent me a picture of I don't know, it was some animal, people up sending sending pictures of animals, so if you see it, he said it's my new route, it's 150 miles or something, and I was like, oh, so probably gonna have to start pissing in bottles, huh? And I thought he'd walk right into it, and he still said no. So he claims he doesn't, and nobody.
Those Amazon drivers, though, that are throwing a fit about that, like, you newbies. Yeah, amateurs.
Amateurs.
I'm dying because who the fuck were who was it the spokespeople for Amazon or whatever were saying, you think that actually happens? I'm like, are they really trying to deny that delivery people don't have bottles?
And then we allow our drivers opportunities. We allow them opportunities to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
What?
Dude. Yeah, they allow, quote unquote. But yeah,
I had one told me to take my breaks. I'm like,
I'm still dying that. So this fucking guy, whoever's manager said, Dave, I know you kind of you didn't listen to the beginning of that story, but that was a story about shitting his pants. Obviously, you got the gist. But just the fact that he would be like, what the fuck goes through someone's head when they're like, okay, you get a phone.
Nothing aired for him.
You get a phone call and you're like, okay, he takes, he's like, take your break. I'll ignore it. Maybe it'll go away. And then he's thinking, okay, wait a minute. All right. He's still sick. Maybe if I just another 20 minutes, maybe I'll ignore it a little bit more. Then it'll go. Like, what? It just blows my mind. The fucking these people get in these positions.
He was a fucking idiot. There is no other.
If you asked him a question, he would answer it with a question. He wouldn't answer the question. He would answer it with a question.
God.
I'm like,
but he's been demoted twice. Don't forget that.
Yeah.
So
he was sent to Newark, just north of us a little bit, a few years ago. Demoted to an on-road, I guess, because I think he was fucking with time cards or something and got caught. Came back to our building as an on-road.
Damn, can you do everything in this company and not get fired?
Went back to Feeders because he was originally a feeder manager. Came back to our building as a manager again, and then we had a driver file a lawsuit against him, and he was forced to move because of it. And he got moved to, I think, Obetz. And he got demoted back to the on-road again. And I think he's in Columbus now, I think.
I was gonna say he's gonna end up. I'm gonna fucking walk in. He's gonna end up in the fucking here one day. Just gonna keep getting worse and worse.
You gotta watch out.
No,
I'll text you his name so you can just watch out for him.
Like she asked me the other day, our manager now was an on-road when he was still there, right before he got moved. And she's like, which one would you rather have, him or her? I'm like, him.
That just tells you how bad is the one that they have now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when she went to Newark to train as a manager, our mechanic, like the mechanics are like the network.
They know everything.
They know everything. They know all the moves before anybody knows. And there was a group of us standing there, and he was talking to us and said, hey, I just want to let you guys know, they've already nicknamed her up there. And we're like, what they nickname her? And they go, Little Hitler. I'm like, oh, damn.
Damn, that's boy. I mean, they're coming out with a statement. If you're saying that, you're like, damn, that gotta be bad.
Yeah.
Newark is rough. Like they don't help. Nobody helps anybody up there.
Damn it. That's nuts.
It is cutthroat up there.
That's cutthroat, all right. All right. So let's we have to get into the what we call the question of the week, guys. And so the question of the week, and you guys feel free to answer if you'd like, and we're gonna read through what some of our followers sent in for us. The question of the week is, what is your dream car? And so like for instance, like me, I don't think I really even have a dream car. Like I'm not a big car guy. You know what I mean? Like I'm not a big car guy. I'm not really into like that kind of stuff. But I
think yours would be a tractor.
But we
I got one of those.
I don't know. I'm pretty fond of Maseratis.
I want my Denali Duramax 1 ton.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
I guess you better work some more overtime so we can get these cars.
I better start following Orion.
I will say this though.
Right.
I was working when our daughter was born, and the plan was for me to continue working. Well, it didn't work out that way, and some things happened, and I said, fuck you, I'm out, I quit, and I came home, and then I just kind of never went back to work. But it's kind of worked out better because we're not paying for childcare. I'm here for like appointments, after school activities, like I'm here for all the things.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of a compromise that you have to make because I don't know. While he misses out on all those things, at least one of us is here to be able to do those things.
I see what you're saying. It puts it.
And I'm grateful that I can stay home, but it still sucks to do all this by myself most of the time.
Right.
Yeah. Well, fuck.
I don't know. That overtime might be worth a Maserati.
No.
No.
I said, just follow Trace. Follow Trace. You'll get it.
Yeah.
There you go.
I just have a problem like dumbing myself down that low. Like, I mean, that's like caveman stupid.
I do too.
To
dude.
follow it.
I do too.
Yeah. It's dumb. It's dumb. We all know.
Like, with all the stuff that is happening, like if you're familiar with the Logan area coming through to go to Columbus or anything, when you come up 33, you got the Rocky Food Distribution Center. I deliver everything right around that.
They don't know anything about where you deliver in this no-name town that we live in.
They take a lot of it off, but I kept rock.
Shit.
Did we lose him? No, we didn't lose him. Or did we?
I don't know.
It happened again.
So there we are. Maybe.
But yeah, they took everything off except for Rocky. So I'd still have to drive down to this area to deliver one stop.
Mm.
And then it would bring me all the way back up to the beginning of my route when I have stops out the state route that's right beside Rocky. Like,
Oh, of course.
I'm not, fuck this, 10 miles.
Why wouldn't I do that right
I got
now?
a stop that's a half mile down the road. I'm going to go run this shit and then go over there.
Of course.
I do that every day. And now they took Rocky off and it just kind of fucks my day.
Oh.
I mean, my truck, literally, yesterday I had 113 pieces on my truck. And I'm in an 800.
Mm.
I could have loaded my truck in probably one of the vans and still had it stop for stop.
Yeah. Yeah. 113 is not bad. That's good.
She wants me to get a route up here that's close, but I'm like, I can't give up this. This is gravy.
Yeah, right? Seriously.
See, that's a retirement route.
It is. Like the original driver that had it for 24 years and retired.
Damn.
And management is too lazy to drive because it's like one of the furthest routes from the building. They're too lazy to go down there and do like their spying or whatever.
Their observations.
Yeah.
Yeah. The on-road we had that just quit a couple weeks ago, he told me, he goes, I came down there to watch you. I couldn't find you. I started laughing. I'm like, did you like follow the trace? He goes, yeah, I went to this. And I'm like, yeah. I don't follow Orion.
Yeah.
He's like, I kind of figured that because I sat there for like an hour waiting on you. You never came up. I'm like, yeah, I don't follow it. Sorry.
All right. So let's read these off real quick here. So we got quite a few responses for what some people's dream cars would be. These are from Instagram. This one's from BDub1180 says a DeLorean.
Ooh.
If we want to travel back in time.
Yeah.
Fucking A, man.
Travel back in time and kick my own ass
and then travel back to the future and go back and forth and shit. Why not?
The only thing I want to say on that, on a side note, because I don't always like to ramble because I know there's a bunch, but on that one, I want to say I saw a picture recently of Christopher Lloyd, Michael J. Fox, the actor that played Biff, Lorraine, George McFly, all of them. The whole cast, and the fucking hilarious thing was, or maybe it wasn't George McFly, but it was most of them. Somebody commented, they were like, how is Christopher Lloyd the same age as everybody else now? Because he's still like he doesn't look that much older than he did back then. And somebody fucking said time travel, and I just died because I was like, it's so true. He literally does. He literally looks like Biff, and all of them look old as fuck, and he looks like he's aged like fucking 5 years, 10 years.
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways.
That's funny though. This next one's from K Pasta Bro says a 71 Buick Riviera and a 70 Chevelle and a 69 GT 500.
I don't know what any of those are.
Muscle cars.
The GT 500 is a Mustang.
Yeah.
That's a Shelby. I know that one.
That's a Shelby.
That's a badass car for sure.
Oh yeah. Next one here is from Porno Parcel. Shout out to our boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I follow that one too.
He says, thankfully, I already have it. My grandfather's 1976 Ford F-250 pickup truck. Everything on it is original, including that good old 1970s disco shag carpet.
Wow.
Damn. That's awesome. This one here, I think it's pronounced Chelsae. Colby is his name. Colby says, an Aston Martin. Any of the V12s. Attainable dream car would be a Mazda Miata because it's a legal go-kart. But I have kids, so it's as far off as a dream as that Aston
I'm
Martin.
fit in the bed of my truck.
Yeah, probably. This one here is from Sean Old Pump says, I don't need anything fancy. Just give me a Toyota Tacoma TRD Pro and let's go places.
I swear, I heard that in the commercial voice too, and I read that. I was like, "Damn, Sean."
I know, right? That was clever, buddy.
Yeah, that was
clever.
a good one.
I'm gonna like that one right now, actually. Because I haven't read them yet, but that was pretty good. This was from the Cowboy Cardboard Warrior. Says, I'd like my 1981 Chevrolet Camaro back. T-tops, right?
Heck yeah.
81.
I'd like to have my aunt and uncle's Corvette. They had a 25th anniversary Corvette T-top, and that thing was badass.
Ooh, yeah.
It was friggin' badass.
That's awesome. Standard, I assume.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was.
This one here is from our boy right here, Luke Nomad.
Oh,
says Mad Max Fury Road. I want people beating on drums in the back and a guy strapped to the top with 1,000 amps jamming on a guitar that shoots flames out of it.
We're
almost into that point.
I know,
yeah,
right? I know. I really wanted that more. I wanted that more for a company truck because that was like I said, if I would ever win the Powerball, I'd just make a spectacle.
But instead, anything that it would be better than a tin can on wheels.
True.
It would.
True.
But yeah, I'm not much of a car guy, and I literally a random story about that. I was cleaning out my basement because it's cluttered as fuck right now, and I found the Mad Max Fury Road Blu-ray, and I watched it. And I'd forgotten about that little scene. If you guys watched that movie, but it's yes, that would be my dream car, quote unquote, I guess.
There you go. This next one is from the Roland Rogans. Says it was the Tesla Model S, but now we are leaning towards the Tesla Cybertruck because it's a beast. If they make a cargo van, we'll be in tiny home heaven.
Wow.
Roland Rogans. The next one here is from Tony Cook. Says a Bugatti all the way.
Bugatti? I'm gonna have to Google that.
What's what? Car. Oh no, I've heard of that. No, you said
they're expensive cars. I think.
Yeah.
Do they run those in Formula One?
Don't they? Right?
I think that's where. I think you're right. I think you're right. Maybe that's where. Oh,
did we see one of those at the museum the other day?
I don't think they had one of those there.
Good answer, Tony.
Yeah,
good answer.
Yeah. This next one's from Tyson. Says a split window Corvette. All right. Next one's from Goodwill Driving. Says the Jurassic Park Ford Explorer.
Hell yes.
Nice. What a
great.
I grew up on those movies. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
What a great vehicle.
This one here is from ADG, Awesome Delivery Guy. Says an 89 Batmobile.
Yep.
Michael Keaton Batmobile.
Yeah,
buddy. That was the badass Batmobile.
It was.
That was the badass one. That's right. This one here is from Andrew Lehner. Says a VW Type 34 Carmen Gia. I don't fucking know how to pronounce it. GHIA. Gia. Yeah. Sorry, Andrew. Fuck. This next one's from Ben Ingersoll 3. Oh, Jesus Christ. Who is this guy? I've never seen this guy before.
That makes me think of the episode I just listened to where he used fuck and Jesus Christ in the same sentence.
Yeah, he did.
Did I just do that again?
Right after. No, you said, you literally, like I said, blood and water. So I'm going to get yelled at that. Fuck, Jesus Christ.
Next one.
Sorry.
Shut up, Luke. This next one's from I'm never gonna live that one down. This next one's from Ben. Says that's an easy trophy truck. That's street legal. A trophy
Yeah, I would
truck?
love to have one of those.
What the fuck's a trophy truck?
Yeah, what is it?
Trophy truck. They race them on like motocross tracks.
Oh,
They have that
one of
real
those,
loose
yeah.
suspension when they come up
Sick
in the air.
suspension,
like it
yeah, and those
just
tires.
slams
So
down.
is it like a monster truck?
No,
No.
it's like the Raptor,
Is it like Booms?
kind of like that. Yeah,
Remote
It's
control
like the
car out
Raptor.
there? Oh, okay.
it's
Yeah.
the race version of the Raptor.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah,
I got you. Next one here is from Banana Man. Says a 67 GTO convertible in the color red. That's very specific. That's good. Next one's from Slow Lane Racing. Who's this guy? Did he just have it a comment because it's a racing question? Like,
do you not know who Slow Lane Racing is? Think.
Oh,
use your
wait.
memory.
fucking. Oh my God, Mr. Fucking right next. Rice.
Greg Tyler.
Rice-A-Roni.
Yeah, there you go.
Yep. Says
Sorry,
supercharged AP2 S2000, which I own. Always want one, and for my 40th birthday, the wifey made it happen. Wow. So, that's awesome.
Good job, wife.
And
Good
to
job,
be
wife.
and to be
Yep.
fair to Greg, or to be fair to Dave, I always think it's Rice-A-Roni too, because Slow Lane Racing, that caught me off a few times.
I
but
clicked
yeah.
his name and it said Rice-A-Roni.
I know.
So
I always
said
think
that.
it's right. I always think it's Rice-A-Roni too, but that's just his. He don't use his government name. I just said it. So
Yes.
sorry again.
This one here is from NC Florida Original. Says low, fast, full-size trucks. I gotta disagree,
I
man.
can't.
Trucks are not made to be low.
No.
That's just
But
sorry.
they're also not meant to be so freaking high that I can't get in them.
The steps are for.
Yeah, right. This one
I'm
here is from
5'1".
Oh. Yeah, no.
That's why I said steps.
That's what he said.
Yeah.
The steps are for. And ladders. All the ladder in the Benz truck.
Maybe that's why it's so easy for me to go down.
What?
Hey now.
Tits and bits. Oh Jesus. This I don't think we were ready for that one.
No, I told you.
Nope, we weren't ready for that one. Luke's loving it.
Fuck.
This one's from our good friend Swollen Gorilla. It says a 1967 Mercury Cougar, freaking mint.
Ooh,
Swollen Gorilla.
Yeah.
This one's from Jenny Ellis and Jenny. Says a
Jenny.
BMW M Series or Mercedes AMG.
Good call, Jenny.
Those are
Nice.
expensive. This one here is from Sir Stang 67. Says narrowing down to one is like a supervisor naming their favorite reason for giving a warning letter. 63
Yeah.
split window Vet, 64 Lincoln Continental with suicide doors, and two that are completely insanely unreasonable: a Ferrari F40 and a McLaren F1. Narrowing down to one is like a supervisor naming their favorite reason for giving a warning letter.
Expensive.
Saying it's vague. Is that what
It's
they're
pretty
saying?
vague. Yeah, okay. I got you. This one's from Those Three Dudes podcast. Says a 1969 old Cutlass 442.
Are those like
Yeah.
those grandma cars? Like
Yeah.
the big boats?
It would be on like,
Yeah.
I don't know, Pimp My Ride.
What's funny about those is my cousin used to live down in Georgia. And I went down to visit him one year and he's like, dude, you're going to flip out when you come down here because all you see is 70 models Cutlasses
Really?
and they're lifted
Oh, okay.
with 26-inch rims on them. I didn't believe him. I get down there and I'm like, oh my God, like everywhere you went,
Now I know what
Really?
you're talking
an
about.
old Cutlass, an old 70s model Cutlass. They had them lifted with 26-inch rims. I'm like,
Oh, shit.
what the fuck?
What are these people
In the
doing?
hell? I'm like,
This one.
why would you? Why?
Yeah, why? Why exactly?
Why ruin that car? It looks dumb.
This one's from the Henry Film Co. Says a 67 Chevelle or a 2020 Mustang.
Chevelle.
I don't got to read that one because that's spam. Thank you for contact us for a perfect logo design. 100 emoji.
Spam.
Okay,
Oh,
bro.
boy.
Thanks. I'm good. Thank you though. Spam, right?
I guess. Who the fuck knows,
Oh.
man?
Well,
The internet's a wild, weird place out there.
I have a shit ton of those in my like request folder that just go there to die.
Yeah, exactly. And then we got a couple from Facebook too. We got a couple here from people from Facebook. Says Dustin Cole Kelly says a 1970 Chevy Nova. Can't beat them cars' looks.
I'm gonna do some Googling for these. I don't
Right?
know what they are.
Alan Fair says that's a hard one, but it would have to be a Dodge Viper with a twin turbo setup.
Okay, I know what that one is.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I had a cousin that had two of those.
Really?
How many
Yeah.
cousins you got?
Well, it was mom. It would be my second cousin. It was mom's cousin,
Oh.
Bucky. He had two of them. He had one for he had one, and his wife had one.
That's awesome. But I think that's gonna wrap it up for us, guys. Luke, do you have any other questions for our guests?
I don't know. I mean, I feel like I got the funny ones, the good ones in. Dog biting shit. Well, I mean, and we got a lot more than that, but those were,
Yes.
I don't know. I was always, I mean,
The nudist.
Yeah, should I
And
tell
the
them about
nudist.
prank?
Yeah.
The prank.
Prank. The phone calls.
Yeah. Okay, he's got another quick story for you.
all right. Yeah. So let's get one more.
I'll
Let's get one more.
be right back.
So back when I was still part-time, we were wrapped up with local sort, and I'm sitting in the office, and the supervisor's on the phone, and the phone rings. He's like, answer that, I'm on the phone. So I answered it, and I said, this is Dusty, how can I help you? And I'd like to place an order. Okay. And he orders a pizza. I'm like, all right, whatever. So I tell him, I was like, all right, give us about 35, 45 minutes while I'm ready. Because they were picking it up. I'm like, whatever. About 20 minutes later, another one calls.
No.
And the supervisor's like, they want to order a pizza. I'm like, put them on hold. So he puts them on hold. I go over and I answer. I was like, hey, can I help you? Yeah, I would like to place an order. And I took their order. Two more call in. I took three of them. The fourth one called. I'm like, dude, this is your turn. I'm out. I'm done. I'm taking enough orders. I'm backed up. I can't make any more pieces. So he takes their order. And I had a friend of mine that worked at Donato's on the west side of Lancaster. So I texted her that day. I was like, hey, I'm probably going to go out to the mill after work if you're going to come out and have a beer. All right, yeah. So I was at the mill. I texted him. I said, hey, I just got here. He's like, I'm on my way. I've had a night from hell. I'm drinking as much as I want. So he comes in, he sits down. I ordered him a beer, and he's telling me, he's like, man, I was like, man, was it that bad tonight? Were you that busy? He goes, no. We had 4 people come in that ordered pizzas, but we had nothing to show for it. I'm like, I don't know if the phone system, well, I don't know what the hell happened. It's like, really? That's weird. So then he started telling me about it. He's like, yeah, the first one called, they came in, they said their name's this. And I'm like, oh, that's the first one I talked to, thinking in the back of my mind. And he told me another one. I was like, yeah, that's the second one. And he named all 4 of them. I'm like, shit, that's the 4 we talked to. And I'm like, wow, that's weird. I'm like, what's your phone number there? And he said the phone number, and the last 4 numbers were 6444. Our building number had the same first 3 numbers, but ours was 5444.
Oh, no way.
Nice.
So they called us to order their pizza and went to pick it up. And I'm sitting there and I'm kind of chuckling. He's like, dude, that's not fucking funny, man. I'm like, yeah, it is kind of. And he's like, why? I'm like, because the building number at our building is 5444. And he turned around and he looked at me. He goes, the last one that came in showed me their cell phone, and that's the number that they called.
Where's my pizza? Look, I called. See?
And every one of them said they talked to Dusty, except for one. They talked to a Jimmy. He's like, who the fuck is Jim? I'm like, that's our supervisor. I'm like, I pranked 4 different people.
That's incredible.
And him at the same time. I'm like, this was awesome.
He's really
That's
good at pranks, though, because we went out to eat one time and he got me to order trouser trout.
Oh, come on.
She's like, is trout any good? I'm like, yeah, it's not bad. There's rainbow trout, striped trout, trout, this and that. And she ordered it, and the waiter looked at her like,
What?
no such thing as trouser trout. And I'm just chuckling under my breath, and he walked away after she ordered. She's like, what the fuck is trouser trout? I'm like, think about it. Trouser.
That's
never a
incredible.
dull moment.
That's awesome. Well, oh my god, that's good. That's good. Wow, fuck. Yeah, guys. Well, Dusty, you seem like a fucking legend, buddy. 24 years and full of stories is fucking awesome.
Don't stroke his ego too much.
And Chelsae, you're awesome as well, obviously. And you guys together here was I'm sure everyone's gonna enjoy this for sure.
Appreciate you guys coming on so much. You guys are our first we haven't had a couple one yet together. So this is our first one, our first official company couple. And it's been a fucking hoot. And I appreciate you two coming on.
And we got initiated with our rooster sounds.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Right.
You did. And Chelsae, remind everybody where they can find you on Instagram.
Underscore mindfully underscore me. And I think there's another underscore under there.
Okay.
I don't know.
Awesome.
I can't. Well, wait, I can look on your, because I'm recording on my phone.
And Dusty's old bald bearded bastard? Is that right?
Yeah. Wait, I'll let your phone. It's
Bearded.
weird when you get on someone else's phone and their icons are not. Yeah, it's underscore mindfully underscore me. That's me right there.
Alrighty. So guys, go give them a follow. And Dusty, Chelsae, thank you guys again for
Thank you for having us.
out of your night, and thanks for getting the
thank you guys so
babysitter.
much.
All right, guys. So listen, hope you guys enjoyed that one, and whatever you're doing out there, continue delivering greatness, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you guys.
Peace out.
Yeah.
Bye.